Now, in general, statements are executed sequentially. The first one is executed first, the second is executed second, and so on. So there may be a situation when you need to execute a code block more than a certain amount of times, certainly more than once, right? So we can execute one statement or a group of statements multiple times by using loops. So this diagram is the general form of a loop statement. Ruby provides several different types of loops to handle looping requirements. The most common forms are these following types. While loops. A while loop repeats a statement or group of statements for a while, given a condition is true. It checks the condition before executing the loop block. For loop. A for loop executes a sequence of statements multiple times and abbreviates the code that manages the loop variable. Let's see how it works. So first, let's have a look at how while loops work. Open up your Pentest Studio or any of your favorite development editors. Then create a file. File name is loops.rb. Okay, so let's start. Let's say we want to print numbers from 0 to 5. We'll need a loop variable, I, and a value of variable is 0. Now, while keyword and the condition I is less than 5. And now writing the body of the loop. Puts infinite loop. Save it and run the script. And that loop will work forever. So let's terminate the program by clicking on the red button. So now you might be able to see that we need to increment the loop variable value. If not, the loop will work forever. I plus equals 1. So now let's run it again. And it's showing numbers starting from 0 to 4. 5 is not included. Why? Because we use the less than operator. So go ahead and delete this example, and let's do another example. We can implement while loops as a one-liner. Puts, code block, increment the loop variable, while I is less than 4, and loop variable is -1. The increment operation works first, so we need to set the loop variable -1. So let's save it and run the script, and there's your result. So another type of loop is until loops. The until loop works the same as the while loop. It just checks false conditions. So I equals 0 until I is greater than 5. Puts I plus equals 1. End of loop. Save it and run the script, and there's your result. We can also implement until loops as a one-liner. The loop variable I is -1. Puts code block. Increment the loop variable until I is greater than 4. The increment operation works first, so we'll need to set the loop variable to -1. Save it and run the script. Have a look at the result.